Hello? Hello, can you guys hear me now? Sorry about that. Let's see if people can hear me now. Hello? Okay, I think you guys can hear me now. All right, so welcome back to another Lazy Show here. We show up here each Sunday at 10 a.m. and that is in Pennsylvania in the United States time. So if your time is important, consider joining us each Sunday here with a new live stream. We're gonna start reading some of your comments soon. We have a lot of people already commenting on the chat. That's great. But before, I like to say thank you to these folks on my screen. These are people who believe in my work, right? They support me either as a YouTube member or as a Patreon. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. All right, so let me start reading some of your comments now before we start today's presentation, which is gonna be awesome. We're gonna create this custom macro command that immediately is gonna help us save some time, right? We don't want to waste time when we work in AutoCAD, and that's why we are here today. So Martin is on the chat, says looking forward. Hello Martin, happy to have you here with us today. I think you are new to the live streams. If that's true, welcome aboard. We show up here each Sunday. So yeah, walking or on sunshine, or Rachel, right? Says finally remembered about this podcast. Hello everyone. Hello Rachel, happy to have you here as always, as each Sunday. So our friend Altamash, I think you're also new, Altamash, to the live streams, but again, welcome aboard. That simply means either YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn are recommending our live streams to more and more folks, right? Which is great. Martin says hello all. Need that song. Oh, you're talking about the intro song, right? The countdown song. Wife would love it. Where is your wife from, Martin? Because that song is it's a Peruvian song. So let's see. Rachel says this is Irving's other job, playing the pipes. No, that's not my other job, Rachel. I wanted to, do something different with the live streams, trying to, bring up some music in the beginning so I can give people more time to join, right? Sometimes I start the live stream right away, and then I realize people sometimes they miss the beginning of the live streams, right? So that's why I'm doing this countdown with some music, Rachel. Okay, so that was coming from before. Kumar is on the chat, says, good morning, sir. Good morning, Kumar. Thank you for being here with us today with another live stream where we're gonna help you immediately save some time in AutoCAD, right? Our friend, let's see, can hear you. We already fixed that. There you are. All right, so it looks like we're good now. Let's see. All right. Okay, guys, so I think we're ready to start today's presentation, which again is gonna be awesome. Hopefully you can learn something useful and immediately implement it in your workflow, right? So as always, I like to make this presentation very interactive. So if you are if you have a question or anything during the presentation, maybe an idea, you can of course stop me at any time, right? because that's the whole idea of doing a live stream, right? Otherwise, I'll just do a recorded video, right, for you. But I wanted to make this show different, and that's why we are live here. So you can stop me at any moment with your questions. All right, so let's start. Okay, let me get ready over here on my other screen so we can start immediately. All right. Let's see over here. Okay. All right. Are you still spending time creating your AutoCAD PDFs? Oh no, please stop. Here's what you wanna do. Use your custom lazy DWG to PDF and done. All of your PDFs were created and saved immediately in your project folder. Isn't that great? Well, how do we do that? That's what today's live stream is gonna be about. So let's start, and let me show you how do we do this, right? To kind of avoid going through all of those settings and yes, to go through all of those settings when we create a PDF. Again, it's a waste of time. Who thinks over here that it's wasting time creating PDFs? Let me know in the chat. Say, I'm wasting time. We have 12 people connected. That's great. So we're gonna create again this awesome tool today, and let me show you the steps. But first, let me know in the chat if you believe you're wasting time creating your PDFs. I wanna know that, right? So put in the chat, wasting time. I'm wasting time. We have new people on the chat. It's our friend Nijam. Nijam. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Hi Nijam, thank you for being here with us, and hopefully you're gonna learn something useful today, right, to implement it in your workflow. All right, so let's keep moving, and let me show you how do we do this, right? How do we quickly create PDFs with the lazy DWG to PDF command. So before that though, we have another comment on the chat, and since we are live, I like to read it. Is our friend Kumar says, "Sir, can you please make a live session on parametric block in BricsCAD because of Autodesk prices are so high day by day, so we switch AutoCAD to BricsCAD." Kumar, unluckily I don't use BricsCAD, but maybe in the future I might, do a research about it. But as today, I only used AutoCAD. But thank you for your question, Kumar, and let's keep moving. All right. So how do we achieve this, right? Of the quick creation of PDFs. I'm gonna erase these PDFs so we can start fresh. And as you can see, that's our folder over here, and let's start creating this PDF, right? So one of the first steps to create this command, the lazy DWG to PDF, is of course by using the command macros palette. So we can open that command macros again by simply utilizing this command macros, and over here we will have the option to rename or to change some commands. So I'm gonna create or utilize this command over here by right clicking on it and say command macro editor. So we could also create this command using the tool palettes, but for this specific video, we're gonna use the command macros because again, it's a better way to organize all of our commands. We have a comment on the chat before we proceed. Is our friend Douglas says, "Hey all, sorry I'm late." Doug, you're late, my friend. But I'm happy you made it today. You make it, so that's great that you are with me today. We're gonna create this awesome command, the lazy DWG to PDF, right? To quickly create or generate PDFs. So happy to have you here. Kumar says, okay, sir, thanks a lot for the live sessions. Also, as always, we are happy to have teachers live view, sir. Thanks a lot. No problem, Kumar. So let's keep moving. Again, you can stop me at any moment, right, during this presentation. So one of the first steps to create this command is, of course, going ahead and rename the command, right? We agree that we should call this command lazy DWG to PDF, and we did a kind of like a people voted for this name, right? On the community tab, if you don't know, you can vote or have a a decision about how we name our commands and like so. So let's keep moving now. So that's the name of the command. For the description, I'm gonna erase this for now, and we're gonna jump to the macro code over here. So of course you can specify an image by clicking this option. I already downloaded a PNG image from the internet, right? You can download any, and of course if you click open, you will specify the icon for your command. Over here, what I like to do is erase this part because again this was part of a different custom macro or command. So I'm gonna utilize the CC option, and this is simply a way to cancel or stop any active or running command, right? So I'm gonna keep the CC. Again, it's like an escape on your keyboard. So the next steps would be to save our drawing. Why? Because when we are gonna use the next command, we first need to save any changes that we did in our current drawing. And the way we're gonna do it is first utilizing this underscore that simply let AutoCAD knows that we're gonna use a command, and the command will be the qsave command, right? And this is again to save our drawing, following by a semicolon that represents an enter in your keyboard. So once we do that, we can use a command, a handy and useful command called auto publish, and of course following by an enter and another enter to accept the prompts that this command asks for. So once we do that, let's quickly test this command before we proceed adding more characters to this macro, because that's a good practice, right? You don't, when you create these command macros, you don't want to keep adding and adding commands and then later on realize that there is an issue, because if that happens, it will take you more time to figure it out where is the problem, right? So that's where I'm gonna click OK to test this command first before we keep moving. So let's go over here in our folder that is empty right now. And the way we're gonna do it is, of course, testing our command, which was this second one. So I'm gonna click, and AutoCAD is doing its thing, and it looks like There are no warnings, so let's open our folder, and here we go. Our PDFs are there. However, there is still a problem, right? And the problem is, so I'm going to erase this for now, just to avoid any problems. The problem is that how will people know what's going on, right? How will people understand that the PDFs are on their current folder and so on? So that's why we need a way to let them know, right? So let's go ahead and go to the command macro editor again. And the next piece of information that we're gonna add is a way again to alert people, right? To let them know what's going on. And what I'm gonna add over here, I'm gonna paste from my using the Control V from my other screen, is simply again a message or an alert to let them know that a PDF was created and saved in their current or in their drawing folder. So once we accept that and click OK, what's gonna happen is that when we test our command, it will not only create a PDF, but also will give you a prompt or an alert, right? And that's what we want. Now, there's still a last step in order to make this command 100% proof, right? And the step that is missing is the description. So the description is very important in this case because let's again go back to the command and edit it. Because we need a way to let them know some of the steps in order for this command to work. And I have right here the description that I'm gonna paste, right? I'm gonna paste right here. And basically what's happening over here is that this command requires a one-time setup of the automatic publish settings. So that's what I'm gonna show you next, right, in a moment. But some of the things that we need to set up is things such as the location of the PDF. We also need to set up what to include, what file format, and so on. So let me show you first how do we do that, right? Again, this is a one-time setup. So I'm gonna click OK for now. And again, let's open the options dialog box with the OP shortcut. And over here, what we need to do again is go under the publish or plot and publish tab, and that's all in the description of this command, right? So there is an option over here for automatic publish settings. So when we expand that up, there are many different options, but the important ones that you need to follow in order for this command to work correctly, right, are the following. So the location, over here I like the drawing folder, but it's all up to you. You can create another an individual folder, right, if you want, but I like the drawing folder better. The include, make sure that layouts is selected over here. Again, this is very important because we don't want to create PDFs from our model space. So layouts, make sure that's selected. The file format, right? Make sure the PDF is selected also. And finally, the type. So the type is a personal preference if you want to PDF to be created in a single sheet or multi-sheet file. So those are the important options that you need to set up. Once you do that and accept all of the changes, then your command will be ready to go. So what do you think about the lazy DWG to PDF? Let me know on the chat. Do you think it's gonna save you some time or not? I wanna hear from you. All right, so let me now jump to the chat, see what you guys think about this command. It was a quick custom macro command, but I use it every time at the Arquitecto office where I work, and immediately it saves me a lot of time, right? So let's see what people think about this command that we just created. So let me know your thoughts on the chat so I can read you live. Let's see, we have some comments in the chat. Our friend Walking on Sunshine or Rachel, is this local the PDF to the network drive of the main folder your drawing is? So if I have a drawing on the S drive, the PDF goes to the S drive? Correct, Rachel. The PDF will be saved in the current in your current DWG folder, right? For instance, if I that's a great question, Rachel. So for instance, this is my drawing right here, and if I right click on this file tab and say open file location, it will open on my second screen this folder right here, and that's where the drawing is, and those are the PDFs that we just created it with the lazy DWG to PDF. But that was a great question, Rachel. Martin says, yes, but I missed some of the code. You did, Martin? So did any other person also missed the code? Let me know, because I believe I'm gonna then pin it on the video comment, so you can simply copy and paste. Usually, I do this for my Patreons, for my YouTube members, but maybe for this specific tool, because I believe it's gonna be beneficial to a lot of folks, I can simply copy and paste the code and pin it in this in the comment section, right? So, but thank you for letting me know, Martin. Douglas says, don't you have to set up a PDF plot style? Has to be set up prior? That's another great question, Douglas. And let me go and explain it to you, so everyone is clear about how to make this command work, right? So that's a great question again. Yes, the layout, Douglas, the layout or the paper right here on my screen was already set up using, of course, if you right click on the layout tab and go to the page setup manager, you will have, of course, this dialog box where you can set up the settings, right? For instance, that's my plot style, my size of my paper size, and so on. But again, we already created a custom command for this, so you never have to go through all of the settings. And the command was the lazy page setup, right? So let me find it for you, Doug. See over here. So if we go to the to the home lazy macros right here, to this playlist, we already created that command, Doug, to what is it? Let's see over here. here we go. That's this is the video that you need to watch after this live stream, Duke. The lazy page setup. It's simply a command, again a custom macro that once you use it, it will automatically update the settings or the page setup for your individual layout or drawing, right? So, but that was a great question, Duke. So that way you can, with one click, update your settings, right? Let's see, let's keep moving. Walking on Sunshine says, yes, that's a major saving. We'll be using it 100%. Thank you. I'm happy that you found it useful, Rachel, because again, I use it probably daily. I don't know, maybe 10 times daily, because you know we are constantly creating PDFs. Let's say sometimes you forget to update your date in your title block, and then you need to recreate your PDFs again. You don't want to do this manually. Douglas says, I assume you need a saved plot style setup prior to running the macro. I think that's the same question that I just answered you, Duke. And yes, you need to, of course, have your page set up correctly, but we have already the lazy page setup command to just click once and done. You don't have to worry about. So Martin says, cool, please and thanks. Yeah, Martin, I think you're referring back to your previous comment about you missed the portion of the code for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know, but I'm gonna, again, only for this video, I'm gonna put the code on the comment section so you can copy and paste. But again, usually that's only for our members or our patrons, right? Because that's a way I have, or I found, to make their life even easier, right? To give them the code so they can just simply copy paste and they're done. Our friend Duke says, yes, I have saved styles. Was just asking if you have to have it in place to use the layout to PDF. You mean to use the lazy DWG to PDF command, right, Duke? Yeah, so I think you are good with that. Rachel says, can you not set up the print profile on the templates, Douglas, and therefore it's good to go all the time? Yes, that's another way to do it, Rachel. That's another way to have always your paper size and settings ready for you by utilizing a template. However, I found the easiest way is to use the lazy page setup command that we created it some months ago, because with that you would simply click the command or use it, and boom, everything will be ready to go. Let's see if people have more questions before we wrap up today's live stream, which was great. We have 9 people connected live. That's awesome that you are still here with me, with us. And let's see. Martin says, can I make a suggestion for next week's video? Automatic codes for parts. Say parts of a chessboard. So Martin, if you want to request a topic or you need help with something, what I'll suggest is to send me an email with your drawing, with specific details of what you are trying to achieve, and maybe we can pick it for a lazy question show, right? If you didn't know, we have an entire show or live streams. Let me open it over here so you can understand what I'm talking about, because I believe you're new. So we have what is it? Here we go. We have the lazy question show. We have five videos so far, but basically this is a way to again help some folks, right, with their questions, their problem, or maybe to automate something, maybe to create a dynamic blog, anything related to AutoCAD, of course, that can save some time. And the idea is that if you send me your request, right, I see it as it can be beneficial for more folks, and then I will say, yes, I want to do this video, I want to do this entire live stream to help you, but not only to you, but to help more folks, right? So yeah, so again, you can do that. Send me an email with your details, and we can maybe again do an entire live stream, right? But it have to be explained with details. It had to be, you had to send me your drawing, so I would only Martin, thank you for your question. Our friend Rachel says, that's what I have for my guys, as I don't trust them to do it themselves. Yeah, Duke, Rachel, sorry. I always get confused because Douglas and Rachel and I believe Jeff were some of the first folks that were with us from the beginning of these live streams, right, of these lazy shows, and I always get confused between you guys. But Rachel, yeah, you're referring again to setting up templates, right? So you kind of help your coworkers to follow some good practices or standards, right? That's a good idea, Rachel. Let's see if people have more questions before we wrap up today's presentation. And Martin says A1, A through to A1 and HA. Yeah, Martin, I think I already answered you how you can request your topic, right? Send me your drawing, send me a detailed explanation, and maybe we can do an entire live stream. I hear that, Rachel, says Douglas. Right, so let's see if there are more questions. Otherwise, I'll stop here and start thinking on our next live stream for next Sunday. I don't know if I'm gonna create a dynamic blog. I think I'm gonna create a dynamic blog. We just did a macro. We can do an AutoLisp command too, maybe. We'll see. But don't forget that you have the power to vote, right? If you didn't know, you can vote for our next topic also by going to the community tab. And here is where you can participate, right? Where you can say, yes, I want that video or I want that live stream. So always you can participate again from the community tab, right? So here's where you voted for the name of this command, right? 57% says lazy DWG to PDF. Oops, you're not seeing my screen. Oh boy. Okay, sorry about that. So don't forget you can participate from the community tab, right? Oops, let me see over here. So for instance, people voted for this lazy DWG to PDF command as the good name for this tool. so you can always participate again and vote maybe for the next topic for our live stream, again from the community tab. Let's see if there are more questions before we wrap up today's live stream. Let's see. Martin says, thanks, I'll watch that video first and be here next Sunday. I'm glad, Martin, that you're thinking on coming back, on returning to our live shows for next Sunday. That's great. Rachel says, that was a real command. The text layer setting. My guys now think they put everything on the text layer. No, I force you to do that on the templates. Text layer settings. Duke says, my surveyor guys put everything on the same layer. I mean, yeah. So we have a that's funny, Duke, but you know, it's hard to keep up with the layer organization, right? That's what we here on the channel, we like to create all of these tools. For instance, we have a command called lazy layer properties or something like that will help us, right, fix overridden properties on layers. So yeah, check them out. They are all under the lazy macros commands. Let's see. All right, let's see. Our friend Douglas says, what is that freezer behind you? Any cold beers? Duke, no. I mean, you know, there are some, maybe there are cold beers, yeah, maybe cold beers. Martin says, I'll have to find the text layer video next. Yeah, Martin, go ahead. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So we have, again, under the lazy macros right here, those are the custom macro commands that we create, like this one from today, the lazy DWG to PDF is gonna be right here in this playlist. So yeah, you can go ahead and explore all of those. I think we have more than 20, wow, 37 commands or lazy macros. That's a lot. So yeah, you can go over them and try to create them. You have the lazy cell text to select all of your text in your drawing and more, right? So yeah, Martin, let's see. Rachel says, Martin, type in the command line text layer, press enter, then set the text layer to G text or whatever, press enter. Yeah, Rachel is talking about the built-in AutoCAD commands, or in this case would be system variables, right? We have the text layer, the dim layer, the HP layer for hatch patterns. We did a video about that. If you are not sure about how to do it, Martin, I think the video is called AutoCAD tips and tricks or something like that. You can also check them later, right? Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, dim layer, that's what I just mentioned. Let's see. Okay, our friend Caldances Almata says, I have some problem with dynamic block. I'll send you the details on your email. Sure, Altamash, you can send me the details, yeah, sure, on my email, Irving@lazyarquitecto.com. That's my email. So yeah. Alright guys, so it was fun today creating this custom command. We have 8 people still alive. That's great. So we're gonna stop right here this live stream and start thinking about the next one. So yeah, so have a wonderful rest of the day as always, and I'm gonna see you guys here. Let's see if I'm not, and I'm gonna see you here next Sunday, right? Let's see. Thank you so much. People are saying thank you so much. All right guys, thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Good luck to you also, Martin.